Hey, hey, welcome in. I appreciate everybody stopping by. I hope you're doing well. I'm doing pretty good myself. Uh, Not too much has happened since the last video. I did do an experiment, not really an experiment, but more of a proof of concept, so to speak, to show that my build guide and this build in general can do the entirety of the campaign. And as soon as you're in Act 4 and you can get the gem and one key item, you can do the entire rest of the campaign with it. But I made a mistake. See, I have this old blue microphone here, and the cable that's running to it was kinked real bad and yanked on the end of it. So it looked like it was plugged in. The light was coming on, but it didn't actually pick up any of my audio. So the audio was so skewed and so scuffed that I couldn't really do anything. I couldn't salvage it. I did the whole I did the whole campaign too, explaining stuff. I was gonna clip it up and make it all nice and pretty for everyone. So instead, I thought, well, I'm bored of standard of Trade League, but I'm not bored of the game. It's really hard for me to get bored of the game if I have something to do. Why don't we do solo self found? So I'm going to do solo self found and I'm going to do it live on YouTube. I'll just play it on YouTube. If anybody wants to pop in, hang out, you're more than welcome to. I don't know if I'm going to stream on Twitch as well. We'll see. I might set it up so that I'm streaming on both, or I might just stream on one and then transport it, whatever the case may be. But I'm going to probably stream it and just kind of hang out, listen to music, and show you guys how easy this build is to really get going and that it doesn't take too much investment. And you'll be able to do pretty much everything but Ubers, even in solo self found, and then have the ability eventually to do Ubers as well. This will probably take a little bit of time because one of the big issues is to actually level from Act 4 all the way the rest of the way through the campaign. You are going to need two key items: the gem itself, obviously, and you're going to need primordial chain, the amulet that is pretty much the cornerstone of the early version of this build. Once you're able to kill Dread, you'll have chances of getting the Golem helm. Matter of fact, in solo self found, I'm pretty sure what's going to end up happening is you're going to have to get that Golem helm, and it's going to be cheaper in the long term in terms of time to just throw a divine at it until you get the golem option. It's one of the more rare options uh, that you can get, but you're not able to farm dread in solo self found. You're not going to be able to farm any of the newer bosses because you have to wait for Egon to spawn and hope that the threads that he drops is the correct one. It's going to be kind of a pain in the ass. You'll be able to get at least one kill of dread early on because of the quest chain, and it will eventually hit you up. But until then, or after that, you just have to hope to get one, and it's kind of a pain. Um, it's not solo self-found friendly, but not a lot of things are. We're gonna be farming random different things, and then for the campaign in Act 4, we're gonna have to farm 2 different things. Number 1, we're gonna have to do labs until we get our gem. Obvious. Number 2, to get a primordial chain, there's actually 2 options we have. In Act 4, what we can do is basically Nico. That's our buddy. Nico is the NPC for Delve. Delve is where that Ami actually comes from. And although it is a world drop as well now, because a lot of that stuff had been made into world drops a long time ago, you can still actually try to farm it in Delve. It's just you have to go to certain I want to say there's certain places you have to target. Let me real quick bring up Nico real
Excellent.
fast. Uh I believe a lot of these kind of chests that you can find all over the place, these are the ones you're going to be looking for. I don't know if there's a name to them, a specific name, but yeah, you're going to be looking for these chests. And once you get to Act 4, you can simply go right into it. Now, of course, this is early level, but it doesn't matter because the eye level of the amulet is 34. So all you have to do is start fresh right from the top and then just go left and right until you can get one of those amulets. There's also beasts. You can eventually get amulets to roll on beasts. And then another big option is once Abyss is unlocked, Abyss has a card that can drop from inside of the Abyssal Trove, the little chest that pops up at the end of an Abyss. You get a card, Alone in the Dark, and that card gives you one random delve item. And the middle option, I'd say, is the amulet. So we can get the amulet that way as well. As for the rest of the gear that we have to farm for really making this build work, we got a couple of items that are not going to be that easy. Obviously, the amulet, the later amulet, the Dragon Fang, it's another one of those divine sinks at best. Otherwise, we're just going to have to craft something. Or we may just stick with the primordial chain and just have an extra 3 more mobs. Our gems, we don't really have to worry too much about gems. Congregation drops off of Dread. So the same one that drops our helm is going to also have a chance of dropping our gem. If we can't get a Pledge of Hands, which, by the way, currently drops off of regular Atziri, if we can get that, we'll be fine as well. But if we can't, we can also farm Uber Atziri and get a greater spell echo. One or the other will work. If we do get the Uber version instead, before we get the Pledge of Hands, then we're just going to have to go with the more tanky version. And then we'll have to try to find ourselves things like an Aegis Aurora. We'll have to farm, I can't remember which T17 or Nightmare map it is, but the one that has Lycia in it. We're going to have to farm that one until we get the one-handed mace that she drops. Or we're just going to have to find another option, another thing that we can use that'll work for the build. Otherwise, that is the goal. So we're going to go ahead and do solo self-found. I might go live for a little while today, and then we'll go from there. So hope to see you guys hanging out, and got any questions, comments, concerns? I don't know why, but go ahead and hit me up, and I will see you all online. Take care.